Hi, everybody. This is Tom, and I want to talk to you today about a play called Lemonade. So, I've been listening to my patrons, and there's a few people that are theaters in trouble. We know about that. And they're wanting things that are comedic, also with a bit of pathos, and that they can do without any set. So, I'm not in favor of no set altogether, but it's up to you. So, as I was thinking about this, and I had said to my two different friends, "Oh, no set at all. You know how I feel about that." They said, "No, no, it really is a need. What do you know about?" So um, they were against this. I hope you are not. I'm recommending a one act play called Lemonade. So often when we do one act plays, we expect full price tickets and that kind of thing. And I'm afraid that people want more bang for their buck. So if you have no set, a clean stage, maybe your curtains are completely drawn, it depends on what you want to do. It should be immaculate, okay? And you should have interesting props for the pieces you do. So I'm recommending doing a one act, an intermission, and then another one act. Bear with me. They will pay the price for an evening of comedy. So slapstick comedy, no, that requires stuff. You want something that does a little bit of both. So Lemonade is just two women. They're middle age, whatever age that means to you. Um, it can be really any age from 40 onwards, just depending on what you want. It takes place in Peoria, which is in New York State, and they are they don't know each other. So, I mean, they're not buddies, put it that way. They may have seen each other and met and talked and so forth. That's not evident. So, it's a bit of a getting to know you thing. Great. So, coincidentally, they both have come to the same side of the highway, busy street, that kind of thing, to sell lemonade on a hot summer day. So what are the chances of that coincidence? The one comes up and she's like, "Oh, are you? Is this your spot? I'll go somewhere else." No, no, I'll be glad of the company. Please stay. And so they do sell lemonade. They taste each other lemonade. They spike the lemonade with alcohol to make more sales. It's not good. We don't like this message of, "Oh, it's a hot day, buy a cool lemonade at the side of the road. Oops, it's full of alcohol and I'm driving." We don't like this message. So there is some dark humor in this, and they they the dialogue is so good. They talk about their fantasies, they talk about sort of dark things having to do with children and accidents and maiming so it gets pretty dark at times depending on how you want to play that. So I myself, you might have seen the movie, a short movie in 1971. This is an old play. It takes place in 1960s and not hippie 60s, and you don't have to put it in the early 60s, but it just depends on what kind of costuming you want to do. There's something about a bare set with these two women that are overdressed, not formal, whatever, but like whatever they think is sort of acceptable at the time in their area, with looking like a sales lady. Okay? So you could put it in the 70s, but they're still a little overdressed. You could put it in the 80s, whatever you want. It doesn't mention cell phones and things like that, so you have to sort of decide on what you're doing. An interesting costume helps sell this piece. Older actresses that have a name in your area help sell this piece. Give them a chance to do their work, to show what kind of talent they have. There is a whole gamut of things happening in this play. Um, to have pathos, to have dark humor, to have basic comedy, you need a talented actress. So the names in your area that sell because they played the grandmother or the mother or this or that, this is a great piece for them. Um, you can you can change up the casting to any color, any race, I believe. I don't see anything preventing that in the dialogue. It depends on what you want to do. Okay. The I think this piece could play all over the world, and you could tilt it to whatever your country, your area, how they dress, how they speak, the cadence of their voices. Don't try to be in Argentina or New Zealand and try to fake a Peoria, New York accent. That's not what this is. That's not part of the humor. Go with what you have and realize this is a story about two women that are bored. The mundane lives they're leading and the fantasies they're creating as they talk to each other, and they're selling spiked lemonade on the side of the road. Or maybe it's a park, however you want to play it. This is a great excuse for your sound engineer to go crazy with sounds. That might be nice. If you want to have some sort of basic set, okay, it should be mobile. They've come in, they've met in this park, on the street, on the sidewalk, pavement, with stuff. There should be folding tables, there should be props. I think the idea of sun hats that are a bit of comedy, if there's those giant wide-brimmed sun hats, is funny. I believe, fans because it's heating too hot is funny. Depends on how you want to ramp this up. So I think that Lemonade as a play, it's only 50 pages, so it's definitely a one act. You cannot stretch it into something it's not by giving it an intermission or saying it's longer than it is. And people get a little bitter these days when they're paying full price for a one act play. You can't charge top prices for this. But if you offer another piece with it after intermission, after the interval, that could really sell your piece. And I think what would be best is any one of those 6 plays by David Ives, who is a genius with short plays. So the ones that come to mind are Sure Thing and Fugue. The one is there's someone off stage or just slightly off stage between these two people, and every time a bell rings, they change tactics. So it's a conversation that changes tactics. The words change, and the poses change, and how they're saying things. A man can only see ding. A person can only see ding. People can only see ding, and the possibilities are endless. Again, you don't need a set. It's about the comedy. Even if there was a set, it would be quickly forgotten about. Again, a folding table, chairs, benches, whatever you want to bring on the stage is up to you. So props are less important in David Ives' pieces. They're only basic props. This one is a chair. I believe Sure Thing is best with a table, so there can be like more this and that, more poses, more references. If you want to have cups, they're drinking coffee, whatever. Sure Thing is very good. There's one called On the Timing. Fugue is about the same guy trying to seduce 3 different women at a miniature golf resort, playground. And so it's a repeat of his same words, seeing what works on what woman. So the first 2 women, you sort of think you know what's going on, and they seem intelligent, they seem very smart, but they're saying strange things. Not super strange, just it's not really working. And the 3rd woman is the clincher. Comedy comes in 3s. She seems like a bimbo, depending how you want to play her. I've seen her in platform high heels and shorts, and so some sort of frilly top or something, a lot of like hoop earrings and a lot of hair, and she is the most intelligent of all of them. She doesn't fall for any of his lines, and it is by that time when she comes up, you're against this guy. He's not that much of a jerk, but anyone who tries out the same lines on women, no matter who they are, and expects them to work, we don't like him. He doesn't deserve to win. People aren't interchangeable. Just because they're female, these pickup lines, these lines, he's already picked them up. They're on the dates. So pickup line isn't the best term. These lines he's using don't necessarily work, and in reality, they just don't work at all. So we don't see the end of the date. But we are so happy when the bimbo, the dumb girl, however you want to dress her, play her, the girl with the squeaky voice, the girl with the shrill voice, the girl that laughs too much, says really intelligent things, and nothing gets past her. We love it. These are short pieces. You might want to do an evening of lemonade. Maybe that's 50 minutes, and you have your intermission or your interval, and then you do 2 of David Ives' short pieces. Again, it doesn't need a lot of props. Sure thing needs a table, probably some coffee cups and chairs. The miniature golf thing needs golf clubs, okay? And some sort of idea of what direction they're going. You know, they're sort of following a little maze, not a maze, but a little bit of a labyrinth kind of thing. And having actual golf balls in the piece doesn't really work. Having a sound effect really works of them hitting the ball and it hitting its target. That's good. Both things really do well with sound effects. Sure thing, especially. They can be in a restaurant, you can hear the things. Your sound designer can go crazy with these, and if you have no set, you should beef up the sound and beef up the lighting. So there can't be a lot of lighting changes in these pieces. It just depends on what you want to do. So it's sort of set the scene and let it play out. There's not really active things changing it. But if you're doing 3 pieces in this evening, your lighting designer can really have a good time and be very artistic. So I would think about this. If you want to conserve money, earn more money, this series of 1-acts for an evening of fun could be fantastic. And these plays, the ones I've mentioned, have really proven themselves. People love them. And this evening could sell tickets for you. You never know. And some theaters are like, oh, we only do full-length pieces. That's what we're known for. You need to stay open. How about shaking it up just slightly? Because this isn't really that much of a shake-up. It's just something they're not expecting. An evening of comedy and pathos and whatever else you want to call it, slight advertising on your social media. People go, oh, that's different. It's not radically different. It's just a little bit different. And the more you look into that as this could help us out and show off actors we don't normally program or actors that we're showcasing that are having their own pieces. Because if you do these 1-acts, each of these actors is really showcased because every character I just mentioned gets a good run at things. Each character I just mentioned gets comedy. Each character I mentioned is about timing and talent and what they can do with very little props, very little set, what they can do. It's about between them and the audience. It's not stand-up, but it might as well be because it really focuses on their talent. And that's what you need for your theater. Look how much talent, look how many talented people we have. Look what we're doing with casting the variety of people in this 1-act evening. 2 older women, 2 middle-aged women, 2 women of color, 3 different, radically different girls, women of any age. How old is this guy? Who is he trying to date in this thing? Is he much younger? Are they much older? Is it this and that. Are they all different colors? Are they all different races? Do they all have different accents? This man and this woman with the bell, what are they like? Are they middle age? Are they older? Are they very young? What's going on here? Are they of different races? Are they from different countries? What can you showcase with that to show who we are and the kind of actors and pieces that we're giving to our community? Could be a good thing. All right, I'm going to link everything in the description. See what you think. It's some good stuff, and it can make you some decent money and make you more of a cultural hub that shows different kinds of works. And that's always good. We want to stay open. We want our theaters to be more and more profitable. And this could be something that sells really well for you, and you didn't put a lot of money out for it. All right? Okay. We'll talk again. Thanks. Bye.